Hello everybody, this is Michael with Mikey Does Outdoors, and I'm coming to you with a video from Fort Parker State Park and from the historic fort from when I was there at the end of June. I've just now gotten it ready to release, but hope you enjoy it. Welcome to Fort Parker State Park. This is my campsite. As you can see, it's right there close to the water. It's nice and shaded. I have a fire ring and a picnic table. Up above there, you can see those are some enclosed areas where you can camp and have an enclosed picnic area and a place where you can get out of the bugs, I guess. But the place is nice and shady, got lots of trees, which actually brings in the wildlife too, and so it's kind of interesting. But you can see how close the picnic table is to the camper and to the pickup. If there's a neat little shot of the lake. And I thought this was neat with the fishing pier with the fog in the background. I did just a little bit of fishing, caught a small catfish. This is a historic cemetery. It's been there for many, many years. And there's some people even recently that get buried next to their family out there. Thought it'd kind of need to look around a little bit. One thing I saw out there at the cemetery was this gray fox carrying a fawn. This campsite is one. Last time I was here at Fort Parker, this is where my dad, myself, my brother, and a cousin of ours camped all week while we waited. For the end of the week, we were going to have a family reunion. And so we camped here and had a good time. We did all kinds of fun stuff, mostly fish and sleep and swim and you name it. One neat thing is one of the best photos I've ever seen of a raccoon. My dad got here sitting on one side of the picnic table and waited for the raccoon to come up close and then jumped up and snapped a picture. Just like the epitome of getting caught with your hand in the cookie jar kind of shot. And one thing about this campsite that was pretty neat is my dad had been to some mission trips in Brazil, and he had picked up a hammock that was made from coconut fibers, I believe. But anyway, where we live, we didn't have trees close enough to put a hammock up. So we got here, and he was excited because we had finally found some trees close enough. He put his hammock up, and I think he slept there, if I remember correctly, all week and enjoyed it. But it's pretty neat. You can see how shaded it is, and the water's like right behind you there. You can't see it very easily. But, this is a little activity center. You got little places here at the picnic. This little swimming area has this little deal, and then there's an island that's been there. Apparently, Dad remembers them doing fireworks and stuff in there. I think they call it Duck Island or something like that. Now I thought I'd take a little walk around. There's where we are at the campsite. It comes down to here, and then it's just like a point, and the water goes around the whole point. Pretty neat little place to stop. And then we had our family reunion right down here. There's a big long set of tables down here. That's where we had our family reunion. But it's pretty neat, I think. You see those big set of tables down there? That's where we did it. Right there. I ran into a guy down here fishing. He hadn't caught much, but it's fun to talk. He lives in a town where we lived when we used to come here all the time. And so, when I was a little kid, kind of fun to sit and visit. Of course, he talked my ear off for probably an hour and a half, but it was good. Lots of fun. I thought I'd get a little closer down here and let you see what all the park has to offer. They've got picnic tables all over, and most of them are shaded most of the day, and so you can come down and find you a shady spot. You can find you a sunny spot if that's what you want, probably. And be right here close to the lake. You can do some fishing, some swim better to do just swimming over there by the swimming area. The swimming area over there is only like 4 foot deep, and it goes only all the way out to that island over there and stays at 4 foot. But we're over on here, and you can actually, I've never done it, but in a second here you'll see there's a fishing pier over there, and I've never gone around over there. There's a hiking trail that goes over to there and to another lake, which is supposed to be real good for fishing, especially for bass. Another small little bitty lake. I think it's called Springfield Lake. But here, some more of that. Here's I got a boat ramp, little boat dock. Then they have this floating bridge, and I remember to this day, as a kid, somebody told me that there was alligators down in this part of it. I never did see one, but if we ever went across that bridge or ever close to it, I watched for alligators. Now this is one of the neatest things. It's the old Fort Parker. This is a walkway leading to the fort. But this was built in the 1930s as an exact replica of the forts that would have been there back in the old days. This is actually Cynthia and Parker and two other kids were actually abducted by the Indians from this area and from what would have been the original Fort Parker. But it's kind of a neat little thing to go see. If you've never seen the inside what a fort would have been like in the old days, it's kind of neat to go see and kind of put that in perspective. Because it would have been a hard life. Because people had to stand there and look out and watch. If they're being raided or whatever, you might have to stand there and shoot out. There's a place where you worked on horseshoes and stuff. Little corral for the livestock. There's a flagpole out there. There's places to stand and look out and do whatever you need to all over the place. Because you got to watch all the different sides. But you can see there's and there's some tombstones and some memorials for a couple of people here, which are pretty neat to see. More places to stand and look out or shoot out, whatever you need to do. And these little buildings up against the fence around were the places people lived, their homes. We'll go in this one and you can kind of see what it was like in there. Of course, some of us couldn't imagine living in such a tiny space, but these days with the tiny house movement, I guess some people could. You had your bed, had everything you needed. Except they didn't have indoor restrooms back then, but that's beside the point, I guess. But fireplace, place to cook, very limited cooking place. You can see the doors had the bolts on them, and that little thing over there that fit in, and the window did too. It had a place where you could close it and put a piece of wood across it to keep it from coming open, or from somebody opening it up. More stuff to deal with the livestock and the wagons and stuff and I guess maybe they did some cooking over here, maybe for the whole place, if they did a barbecue or something. More of those places for them to stand and look out. And then I don't know what this chair was really about, but this chair sitting there, and I didn't read it like I should have. But I don't even know if I saw a plaque or anything about it. But and there's your big gate. And you can see this is one of the places where they stayed. Small in there, had to go some pretty steep stairs. There's the places up there for them to look out and stuff. And then for some reason, this vulture or buzzard, whatever you call him, turkey buzzard maybe, he decided to come and check me out. And there's a kind of a view of what was next to the livestock pens. There's a little watering trough. I guess the people could get their water, and then the water would run down into the trough for the livestock. Then there's a place there for them. There's all kinds of stuff for in here for working on horseshoes and riggings for the horses and the wagons. And there's a kiln. And that tarper's got a hand-operated blower to help blow it and keep it warmed up so you can keep using it. And then the next day at the park, I saw these buzzards flying over. Hello everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you.